Hi, and thanks for joining me. What I have for you today is part 2 in a series of videos on the ways that I have seen people with mild cognitive impairment either slow, halt, or reverse their cognitive decline. I'm writing a book on that topic, so I've been spending a lot of time lately talking to people who have managed to do that. I'm learning a lot from them just by asking them how. How did you do that? What worked for you? Today in part 2, I'm focusing on people who feel they're stuck. They're trying. They're doing the right things, but they're not making the progress they want. So people like that, what's the answer for them? Well, let's talk about it. I'm Tony Deering of GoCogno.com, the website for people with mild cognitive impairment. Last week, in part 1, I discussed some of the basic ways that I've seen people halt or reverse their MCI, and that would include people who have a single, simple, treatable cause of MCI, or have a single but not so simple primary cause, as well as people who succeed by addressing what I call the usual suspects: exercise, diet, stress management, and sleep. If you didn't catch part 1, I would encourage you to watch it, and there'll be a link to it at the end of this video. But as I noted last week, while a lot of people can make good progress by attending to those 3 things I just showed you, those 3 tiers, not everybody does. Some people are doing those things, but they feel stuck. They're trying, but they've hit a wall. Yet I have seen people break through that wall and start making progress again. And I've seen them do that a couple of ways, which brings me to the final 2 tiers that I want to talk about. One of those tiers has to do with what experts like to refer to as psychosocial concerns. Things like stress, anxiety, apathy, depression, hopelessness. All of these are very common in MCI, and they can have a dramatic impact on cognition. I see people with MCI who just seem consumed by their stress or anxiety or feelings of hopelessness. And even if they're doing other things right, that rampant sense of stress and anxiety can hold them back. And I have seen cases where people recognize that and got help, either therapy or medication or both, and that became a turning point for them. I can't say whether that applies to you. Only you and your doctor can determine that. But it's an issue you need to be aware of and consider. Now, I do have one more tier to discuss with you, and it absolutely applies to you. It applies to everyone with MCI. The final tier of people I want to talk about, who I see halting or reversing their MCI, are the ones who succeed in identifying and addressing their number 1. Here's why. Your MCI is unique to you. You are the only person who has your version of MCI. So what worked for someone else, or what works for a lot of people, might not necessarily work for you. You need a more personalized approach. When you look at recent breakthroughs in the treatment of MCI, an individualized approach is clearly part of the answer. It's a concept that Drs. Dean and Aisha Shirzai emphasized in a past video I did with them. Dean Shirzai told me that with MCI, they and others have shown that MCI can be reversed. He says nutrition alone has been shown to reverse the disease. The same with exercise. So he says when you take things like exercise and nutrition and you add a personalized approach to it, absolutely you can reverse cognitive decline at the MCI stage. And how do you do that? Well, that's the primary focus of the book I'm writing, helping you identify your unique vulnerabilities, shape your own individualized treatment plan, and find the right doctor or team of doctors to help you do that. So much more coming on that. But hopefully, at least I have given you some context and some hope and have whetted your interest for what's coming next. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, as always, be kind to your mind.